Hey everyone, so this is a special video. This one it's pretty special. It's for the love of my life. His birthday will have just passed by the time you see this video. And yes, he is helping me with the beginning part of his birthday present. So we're just joining up a piece of wood. It's maple. We bought this used, so it's new to us, and it is a pretty cool little machine. I really like it. So a little intimidating, but most things are when you don't know what you're doing with them. So I like to have him do the things and then I try, afterwards. Like, I like to be shown what I'm doing. So he's putting a straight edge on the other side with the table saw, and then we get it into the planer. And the planer did not like that maple wood. It was very hard wood and it kept blowing the breaker. It just wasn't having it. So we had some issues. It didn't turn out perfect, but the end result is pretty perfect. So I hope you'll stick around and watch. So here I am doing something I've never done before. I'm doing a photo V-carve, and I was so nervous, and this is a very important piece, and I wanted it to turn out perfect. And I did watch some people. I will link their channels down below. One of them, it was a guy, I can't remember what his name is. I'll have to look back at my stuff, but it'll be down below. And then also Vectric. If you follow Vectric on their YouTube channel, they also can teach you how to do a photo V-carve. And I got it done and it worked. It was great. I didn't struggle or anything. I know that having hard, tight grain wood is the best. I'm not so sure if maple is technically tight grained, but it is hard wood, and I think it turned out great. So I was sweating the whole time that this was carving, and it only took 30 minutes to do it. And I went ahead and I ran it again just to clean out all the little fuzzies. So I let the bit do the clean out work. So I just ran it twice. It didn't really do anything but clean up its tool paths the second time, and it worked great. So just a tip, if you want to clean it up without having to go in there and with sandpaper or an X-Acto knife, just run it a second time and see if that cleans it up for you. Also, before I carved this, I did put 2 coats of clear coat on the wood, on the board, the face of the board. So that way, hopefully, the stain that I was going to use would not bleed. Now, it did bleed. I wish I would have used shellac, but I will try shellac next time. I didn't have any, and so I just used, I think it's polyurethane or I don't know, it's something. It's not polyacrylic or polycrylic or whatever it's called. It's the other one, and I got it from Ace. But yeah, so I put a clear coat on there first. So this is after the second pass, and then I just sanded it lightly and vacuumed it off. Here I am staining with a dark walnut stain. You can spray paint it black or whatever color, I don't know. I just chose a stain. I really, really think it turned out great. I was so happy, I cried happy tears. So my husband lost his mom in December, the beginning of December this last year, and it was actually on hers and my father-in-law's 49th wedding anniversary. So this picture is very special to him. We don't have many pictures of him and her, but he found this one in his phone, and so he sent it to me like, oh, look, there's my mom. And I was like, I have to do something special for him. So he loved his mama, and his mom was a great lady, a beautiful lady, a kind lady. And so she is very much missed by all of us. And so I'm so happy that this turned out as good as it did. After you get it just lightly sanded and get all the dust out of there, you can see it just, oh my goodness, I can't believe how wonderful a CNC machine is. I love the LongMill so much. This thing is amazing. So here I am just making the top and the bottom of the piece the same distance from the picture as the sides are. And so that way it would look like an actual frame. Now, I did show this to him before it was complete because I wanted him to decide how he wanted it finished. And he chose to have a chamfer put around the edges of what would be considered a picture frame. I did protect it with some tape so that way I wouldn't scratch it or anything like that. And then I put a chamfer on it. It turns out really nice. It's like it truly has its own frame. Then I just sanded that smooth, up to a 220, starting at 80, up to a 220, using the Milwaukee detail sander. I really love this thing, by the way, because you can just kind of turn it on and click a little button and it just stays on. You can just use it. And it's not as heavy of a vibration on my hand, so that's really cool too. But yeah, I just think it turned out so pretty. I ended up clear coating it with just some, clear coat indoor. I think it's like polyurethane or something. I don't know. Picked it up at Ace. And so I just gave it 3 clear coats, lightly sanding in between. Just read the directions on the spray can. It'll tell you. So I did a 220 sanding just lightly in between coats, and then once I had sprayed that final coat, that was it. It was done. So, and then we put some hanging gear on the back, and I did have my husband help me with that. My hands are giving me some issues. They're being a pain. So he helped me. That maple's pretty hard. It's kind of crazy, but I love maple so much. It's so pretty. So good stuff. Good stuff. And there they are, my handsome hubby and his beautiful mommy. I love you. Happy birthday, my love.